So Homunculus sends the source a link to this YouTube video called What Really Happened with the Substation Attack in North Carolina. He's referencing the Moore County attack.
Yes.
And that sounds like a very suspicious YouTube conspiracy video, but is actually a video done by a very nerdy engineer.
I watched that video.
It's just explaining what happened.
It's a pretty good explanation, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so Night Thrust Sarah Beth, right? Homunculus, Adam Waffen. You mentioned at the beginning of this, these two had been lovey-dovey for some time while they were both serving their prison sentences. You know, she was in prison for the machete meth robbery. He was in prison for the explosive conviction. She starts emailing him, and it just love blossoms from there.
They're fully in love. I mean, the thing is, that's crazy about this is that he hasn't actually been out of prison that long until he gets rearrested.
Yeah.
Like because the deal with prison, basically, as far as I understand it, right, is that you kind of like, unless you start doing some crazy shit in there, you can get out in like 2/3 of the time.
Yeah. Just, you know, good behavior.
Good behavior, right?
Yeah.
You know, or sometimes the
Everyone
warden
knows it's at capacity.
I mean, when I was in the joint, right, I was forced to do the warden's taxes.
You were not in the joint.
No, I was. I was his accountant. And
this is not true.
It's true. And eventually after my escape, well, no, we won't go into that.
But these two, man, they were in love. Apparently, Brandon told Sarah Beth, going to prison was worth it because I might not have met you otherwise.
Wow.
Which is a very nice thing to say. I looked at Sarah Beth's Twitter account, which is still live, by the way, which is very weird, even though she's been arrested for this.
Not that many followers.
No, it is very comforting, though, when you check someone like this' Twitter account and it says not followed by anyone you are following. It's like, whoo.
Oh, I only have one follower. Oh, Liz.
Ha. No. But her last tweet was on December 6th of last year, December to Remember, which reads, more. And then there's a screenshot of a Reddit post of the South Carolina power grid attack. So she was like really obsessed with these. And she also was tweeting screenshots that were related to the Accelerationist Handbook, right? And referred to the 2013 San Jose substation attack as like the prime example for accelerationist / Adam Waffen type extreme terror groups in the United States.
So the 2013 San Jose substation attack.
Which we need, oh, it does have another name.
Yeah, the Metcalf.
It needs
sniper
a better name
attack,
than that.
I think, yeah.
Okay, the Metcalf sniper attack.
I feel like, you know what? Don't quote me on this, even though I'm actually referencing perhaps a quote from both of us to begin with. I feel like we mentioned this in our Nashville bombing episode, but I actually don't know if we did. Regardless, what happened?
Well, this was a little after midnight on April 16th, 2013.
Interesting. So you're saying it happened the day after the Boston Marathon bombings?
Yeah, unrelated that we know of. I mean, I don't know. I guess FBI could have done this one too. But, but it is important to note that because, you know, and I'll come back to that in a second. A little after midnight, April 16th, right? A team of 3 or 4 or 5, we actually don't know, maybe descended upon PG&E, that's Pacific Gas and Electrics, our favorite company
Old Faithful,
ever.
Yeah, love them.
They descended upon the substation in San Jose, a substation that's crucial to Silicon Valley's power grid.
Yeah.
Now, what they did first is very interesting, very, very planned out. They cut off they cut off the AT&T fiber optic cables that were like a couple miles away from the substation in advance so that there could not be any communication between the Metcalf station and the like larger power grid. Very interesting.
Okay, that's smart.
Yes. Then around 1:30 a.m., you can see on surveillance footage, there's just like big, huge boom, bang of light, and then a shit ton of gunfire starts, just like for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they really blast this thing.
They do. There's PG&E sensors that get triggered, and they send a signal to the Santa Clara Sheriff's Office. But it's like about at 15 minutes that the transformers start failing, and then they leak about 52 gallons of oil, right? Then, 4 minutes later, there's still gunfire. Boom, another flash of light. and the shooting stops.
So this is like a guy like flashing like a flashlight out there as like a signal.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I know right after that, the police show up.
Yeah,
right?
like literally within like 60 seconds.
I've always thought like they just
It's
must
like
have
a
had
movie.
a police scanner or something, right? But like
Could
it's
have been.
so planned out. I gotta say, I'm always, whenever anyone does a movie style attack or something, I'm always pretty impressed by that.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein.